Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire Service. Mike Marabell, the head coach for Tunkhannock here, and we're talking football. Mike, a unique season to start out here in 2020. The biggest thing is everybody's hoping to play their respective sport: football, field hockey, golf, tennis, soccer, whatever it is. We're just hoping these young student athletes can get an opportunity. At the same time, we know there's a lot of opinions out there, people totally against it, people totally for it, some people in the middle. We're just hoping that it could be executed in the right way. And I'm sure you and your coaching staff there at Tunkhannock have everything lined up to try to do your best for that.
Yeah, we definitely do. We've early on, when this all went on, we have a school board member, Dr. Mendola, is also a coach. He was in the planning stages of all the things we have to do to stay on the field and the protocols. With him being a doctor and a school board member, we were kind of ahead of the curve. So we were lucky we got ahead of it months ago, and we followed the procedures the school gave us, and we haven't had any issues at all.
How about the expectations this year? You're going to lean on Jack Chilson a whole lot. He is a senior. He is a coach. He's a positive young man. We go back 4 years ago. He's like an eighth grader. We see him at the Charlie D. Wysocki football camp. What a great young kid he was. He was just trying to learn the game of football, but you saw the kid had some work. You're like, this kid's going to be pretty good down the road.
Yeah, Jack's had it from a young age. He didn't start playing quarterback until I think 7th or 8th grade. He was always a tight end in midget football, but the knowledge he has at such a young age, he sees the field. He knows everybody's what they're supposed to be doing. And he, like you said, he is a coach on the field. He sees it and relates it to us. We don't even have to go to the booth. And we let him call his own plays. Our offensive coordinator, Chris Lockett, has it designed when Jack sees something, Jack calls his own plays. And when you see some of our games when we go no huddle and all that stuff, Jack calls those plays on his own and doesn't look for information from us. We're preparing him for the next level. He's going to play at the college level. So, we're trying to help him get there.
When you talk about Tunkhannock, you used to think back in the day, hey, there's a lot of big kids up there at Tunkhannock. And this year, you do have some really big guys, tall and thin, tall and heavy, whatever you want to call it. But you have some nice size this year for the Tigers.
Yeah, we do. And it's a good thing because a lot of them are receivers and tight ends for us. Our skilled guys are very big this year, and our line is 80% of it's back from last year. But yes, we have some big, talented, physical kids, which are multi-sport athletes. They're really good baseball players. We have a lot of wrestlers. We have a lot of basketball players. So they're really good athletes and just looking to compete and show what they got.
We've got about 9 starters back on both sides of the ball. Some of those skill kids that you have this year, let's talk about some of them and how they hopefully will produce for you, because you're going to need to book points on the board. You have somebody like Jack. You're looking for some guys out of the backfield or receivers or tight ends that will make plays.
Yeah, we are. We lost the number 1 receiver in a lot of our conference last year with Jake Crisco, but we have a senior this year, Nate Lord, stepping up to take his role. He's more than capable of doing it. He's actually a taller, maybe a little bit more athletic kid. He's got really good body control down the field, so we can stretch the field out a little bit. And he's not afraid to run across the middle. He'll lay a hit on a kid. And then we have another one, Jacob Balthusitis. He's really crazy, fast kid. Not afraid of contact and stretch the field for us. And again, he'll run the ball from the backfield, and we put him in different situations to get him the ball. Our tight end's back, Jamal Zacharias from last year. He was the number 4 receiver in the conference last year. Plus, we have a kid, healthy Shane Woods, another tight end for us. And then we have a sophomore, Jack Chilson's brother, Ben Chilson, which is going to convert to receiver this year because he can't get on the field as a quarterback. He's a kid, so we're really excited. And we got a junior running back coming back to play a little bit last year from injury. Ty Conan, expecting big things from him. He's a physical, drop his shoulder and run you over to it. So we're excited.
You talk about coaching. You're coaching a lot of young men at Tunkhannock, but you're part of coaching staff where you get to coach your kid and talk about what that's like and have that opportunity to coach him.
Yeah, it's probably easier for me than with my son. I'm sure he gets ribbed on a little bit, me being his dad, but I do my best to teach him. I tell all the kids I'm an equal opportunist. I'll yell at every one of you. So it's different. We have quite a few dads on the coaching staff, but we've been together since midget football, and we have a good thing together. So I know some people in the stands probably not big fans of it, but we're going the right direction. We got this thing turned around. So I think you'll really be happy with the results this year.
And when you talk a little bit about these kids being together for a long time, playing at a young age, they know each other pretty well. And you as coaches, you guys know these kids pretty darn well as well.
Yeah, they know when they can lean on one another, when they kind of push themselves, which is kind of nice to see. We don't have to get on them too much. Once in a while, you got to get them an attitude adjustment, but they themselves. So it's nice to see that they're invested in what we're doing. It's a good thing.
Would you talk a little bit about you and your coaching staff and trying to do the right thing with these guys? I mean, wins, you're hoping to get wins. You're hoping these guys are working hard, which they're doing, but that safety part of making sure the kids have ownership in that and making all good decisions in the locker room, when they go out at night or when they hang out, those type of things.
Yeah, we do. They're typical teenagers. You can tell them every day, you got to just keep reminding them, keep your 6 feet, keep your mask on. And they've been doing a really good job. We remind them, and Coach Bull, again, being a doctor, he can talk to them from that point of view, and understand one kid could shut us down. So, we followed all the procedures with self-quarantine if they went on vacation, and it's a tough pill to swallow, but all the parents...
All of us that love athletics want it to happen, but, there's always the naysayers like, hey, I don't know, are you going to make it, blah, blah, blah. But I guess it's everybody's job, coaches, parents, educators, and the student athletes, for everybody to do their part, that hopefully they police themselves and kind of know if they're not feeling well, they're not going to show up at a practice or take that step to kind of go and do what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, I think everybody across, not just Tunkhannock, but I think everybody's taking that. It's not a selfish move. It's not showing how tough you are coming to practice when you don't feel good. Back in the day when we played, you had to go with a broken hand and play because you had to show how tough you were. I think kids are realizing they can affect this, so they control it as well as we do. So I think athletes across Northeast Pennsylvania have been doing a really good job. So I'm hoping that we can play and enjoy the season.
Well, it's not just your son athletically. I know your daughter from that softball team. You have some really good athletes there in the family. And hey, any chance you know the name of that doll behind you over there? Or?
No, I don't. It's probably sat there since she was a kid. She's never much of a doll person. She was more of a put a ball in her hand, whether it was football, basketball, whatever. She's not much of a doll person. So she continues that trend now, so that's okay.
Mike, it's great to catch up with you, talk a little about the Tunkhannock area football team. We hope you have a safe and positive season this year, and we hope to talk to some of your student athletes along the way. Mike Marabell, the head coach for Tunkhannock area, here on the John Mendola Show.